After months of political vacuum following the impeachment of the former president, South Korea is preparing to get its diplomacy back on track. Following phone calls with other world leaders during his first few days in office, President Moon Jae-in is ready to rack up the air miles to meet his counterparts face-to-face. As is customary for South Korean leaders, his first stop is due to be Washington for talks with President Trump at the White House. Song Ji-son starts us off.
한반도의 평화를 위해 동분서주하겠습니다. 필요하면 곧바로 워싱턴으로 날아가겠습니다. 베이징과 도쿄에도 가고.
As South Korea's most important partner on the global stage, the United States is the #1 destination for a South Korean president's first overseas visit. During their first phone conversation held on President Moon's inauguration day, Presidents Moon and Trump agreed on the need to hold a summit as soon as possible. The two allies are set to send delegations to each other ahead of talks between the leaders at the White House. That summit could come as early as June. President Moon's next destination will likely be Beijing. A prompt resumption of talks is necessary given the slew of outstanding issues between the two countries, including North Korea's nuclear ambitions and the deployment of the U.S. missile defense system THAAD to South Korea against that threat, which Beijing is deeply opposed to. Summit talks between President Moon and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe are projected to be held on the sidelines of a trilateral summit to be resumed in the fall. Three-way talks between South Korea, Japan, and China were on the cards last fall, but did not take place due to the massive corruption scandal that brought down former President Park Geun-hye. Previous presidents Kim Dae-jung, Roh Moo-hyun, and Lee Myung-bak all picked the United States, Japan, then China as their first summit stops, but Park Geun-hye never traveled to Japan due to tensions over historical and territorial issues. Song Ji-son, Arirang News.